Welcome! In this video we're going to talk about compound inequalities, what they are, how to solve them, and how to graph them. So first, what is a compound inequality? Well, it's two or more inequalities that are represented in a single mathematical sentence. They represent an intersection of the solution sets of those inequalities. Visually, they will be overlapping on the number line. And they're considered ands. The way that we'll read them is to talk about and. Okay? So, first, what does it look like? Well, we have one here before us. We've got negative 2 is less than or equal to x is less than 5. So we can rewrite this to read as x is greater than or equal to negative 2 and x is less than 5. So it's those two solution sets. So in this example, we have it written as a compound inequality. We have negative 2 is less than or equal to 4x minus 2 is less than 10. So before we do anything else, before we even know what it's going to look like, what we need to do is just go ahead and get the x, or the variable, in the center to be by itself. So the first step is I want to add 2 to both sides. Or I guess technically, all three sections. Okay, well, that's going to give me 0 is less than or equal to 4x is less than 12. Now I'm going to divide everything by 4 to get rid of this 4 here in the middle. Okay, so I get 0 is less than or equal to x is less than 3. Now, I want to graph this and see what it looks like. So I'm going to put a closed dot on 0. I'm going to put an open dot on positive 3. Now, which way is the shade? Okay, well, this might help. We can write this as x is greater than or equal to 0 and x is less than 3. So what we can do is taking this, it's less than or equal or greater than or equal to 0. So that means it's all numbers that are in this direction. And it's all numbers that are less than 3. So it's all numbers right here. So in this case, it's an and, because we're looking at where we have numbers that are greater than or equal to 0 and numbers that are less than 3. This example, we have negative 1 is less than the quantity x plus 3 divided by negative 2 is less than or equal to positive 2. So I need to start peeling away and get to that x. First, I need to get rid of this fraction, so I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2. Now, this is where we've got to be careful. If I multiply everything by negative 2, these signs right here, they have to flip. Anytime I multiply or divide by negative, I have to flip things around. So I'm going to get positive 2 on this side is greater than x plus 3, which is greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay, notice how the negatives have switched from the left to the right. Well, I can rewrite this again, and I can put it back into its place, like so. Alright, you could leave it the same way, it really doesn't matter, but we're just accustomed to having it as less than, so it'll probably make a little bit more sense if you do it this way. Alright, continuing on. Now we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So I'm going to get negative 7 is less than or equal to x is less than, let's see, 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. Now, I want to graph this So I've got a negative 7 is less than or equal to. So I need to do negative 7, and it's going to be a closed dot. It's an open dot at negative 1 because it's a less than, but not equal to. Now, this says, well, I know for sure that it says x is less than negative 1. So I'm going to look at all numbers that are less than negative 1, and they go that direction. But I also have negative 7 is less than or equal to x. Well, that's the same thing as x is greater than or equal to negative 7. So I'm looking at all numbers that are greater than negative 7. You'll notice that from here to here, they overlap. So from negative 7 to negative 1, those are where my solutions can be found.